Motivation isn't your problem, noise is. You think you're lazy. You're wrong. You're drowning in a sea of notifications, endless scrolling, and cheap dopamine hits that have hijacked your brain. Every ping, every swipe, every mindless click is eroding your ability to focus on anything that actually matters. You're not broken, you're overstimulated, and it's killing your potential. The modern world has turned your attention into a commodity. Tech companies employ armies of neuroscientists and behavioral psychologists whose sole job is to keep you hooked. They've weaponized your brain's reward system against you. That notification sound, it's designed to trigger the same neural pathways as a slot machine. That infinite scroll, it's engineered to keep you seeking the next hit of validation. You're not using these platforms, they're using you. Here's the brutal truth. Your brain wasn't built for this. It evolved to handle maybe a dozen important decisions a day, not the thousands of micro choices you face every time you pick up your phone. Each swipe, each notification, each tab you open depletes your finite reserve of mental energy. By noon, you're running on fumes, wondering why you can't focus on your work, your goals, or anything that requires sustained attention. The Stoics understood this 2,000 years ago, without smartphones or social media. Marcus Aurelius wrote about guarding his attention like a fortress. He knew that where your attention goes, your life follows. But you're handing out the keys to your mental fortress to anyone with a notification badge. You're letting strangers on the internet dictate your emotional state. You're allowing algorithms to decide what deserves your focus. This isn't about willpower. Willpower is a muscle, and you've been forcing it to lift weights all day, every day. No wonder it's exhausted. The solution isn't to try harder, it's to stop fighting battles you don't need to fight. It's about creating an environment where focus is the default, not the exception. Your dopamine system is fried. Every like, every comment, every new piece of content floods your brain with the same chemical that's supposed to reward you for accomplishing something meaningful. But you're getting the reward without the accomplishment. It's like eating sugar all day and wondering why real food tastes bland. Your brain has forgotten what genuine satisfaction feels like because it's been mainlining artificial highs. The discipline you think you lack isn't missing, it's misdirected. You have incredible discipline when it comes to checking your phone every few minutes. You never miss a notification. You religiously maintain your streaks on apps designed to exploit your consistency. The problem isn't that you can't stick to habits, it's that you've been programmed to stick to the wrong ones. A dopamine detox isn't some wellness trend, it's a necessity for reclaiming your mind. Cut off the cheap sources of stimulation, and suddenly, the work you've been avoiding becomes interesting again. Remove the easy escapes, and your brain stops looking for them. This isn't about becoming a monk. It's about being intentional with your attention instead of letting it be auctioned off to the highest bidder. The cost of constant stimulation is higher than you think. It's not just the hours lost scrolling, it's the ideas that never form because your mind never gets quiet enough to think. It's the deep work that never happens because you can't sustain focus for more than a few minutes. It's the relationships that stay surface level because you're always half present, waiting for the next buzz in your pocket. Your ancestors faced lions and starvation. You face a different predator, the attention economy, and it's winning. Every time you reflexively reach for your phone, every time you open a new tab instead of sitting with discomfort, every time you choose the easy dopamine hit over the hard work, you're feeding the beast that's keeping you small. The Stoic approach is simple, but not easy. You control what you can control. You can't control the existence of these distractions, but you can control your exposure to them. You can't stop companies from trying to steal your attention, but you can stop handing it over willingly. You can't change the world, but you can change your environment. Start with your mornings. The first hour of your day sets the tone for everything that follows. If you begin by checking your phone, you're starting in reaction mode. You're letting other people's priorities invade your mind before you've even established your own. Protect that first hour like your life depends on it, because your quality of life does. Create friction between you and your distractions. Log out of social media apps. Delete them from your phone entirely. Put your phone in another room when you work. Use website blockers. Make it harder to fall into old patterns than to stick to new ones. Your environment shapes your behavior more than your intentions ever will. Embrace boredom. Your inability to sit with an empty moment is why you can't focus when it matters. Boredom isn't an emergency to be solved. It's where creativity lives. It's where your subconscious processes information. It's where real insights come from. But you'll never access that if you're constantly flooding your brain with stimulation. The paradox is that doing less leads to accomplishing more. When you stop splitting your attention between dozens of things, you can finally make progress on the few things that matter. When you stop chasing every notification, you can finally catch something worth having. When you stop consuming everyone else's thoughts, you can finally develop your own. This isn't about becoming a productivity robot. It's about reclaiming your humanity. It's about being present in your own life instead of living through a screen. It's about having the mental space to think deeply, create meaningfully, and connect authentically. It's about becoming who you're capable of being instead of who the algorithms want you to be. Your focus is your most valuable asset, and you've been giving it away for free. Every app, every platform, every notification is designed to extract as much of it as possible. They profit from your distraction. They grow rich on your scattered attention. Meanwhile, you're left wondering why you can't seem to make progress on anything that matters. The solution isn't complicated, but it requires courage. It requires saying no to the easy dopamine and yes to the discomfort of deep work. It requires choosing long-term satisfaction over short-term stimulation. It requires accepting that you'll miss out on some things, but what you'll gain is worth infinitely more than what you'll lose. You're not lazy. You're not broken. You're not lacking discipline. You're fighting an unfair battle with tools designed to defeat you. But once you understand the game, you can stop playing by their rules. Once you reclaim your attention, you reclaim your power. Once you eliminate the noise, you'll find that motivation was never the problem. It was there all along, buried under layers of artificial stimulation. The choice is yours. You can continue living in a fog of overstimulation, wondering why nothing ever feels quite right, why you can't focus, why your goals remain perpetually out of reach. Or you can take back control. You can create space for what matters. You can rediscover what it feels like to be fully present, fully engaged, fully alive. The world will keep trying to steal your attention. The notifications will keep coming. The algorithms will keep evolving. But you don't have to participate. You can opt out of the attention economy and opt into your own life. The power has always been yours. You just need to stop giving it away.